All right. Hi there. My name is Gabe Belanger from Computer Geeks on Call. You can see my email address scrolling down below. You can also get us on chat, which is scrolling down below. So, what I want to really do is I want to talk about the best ways to cut costs and unlock better ways of doing business. I often talk about this idea from Uber. You know, uh, why did they become so successful so quickly? Well, I think everybody can kind of agree that in the case of Uber, they did something better, faster, cheaper. An example is getting a ride when it's really stormy and things like that. So They went from zero to $51 billion in 5 years, and they did it with better ways of doing business. So, again, I kind of want to talk to you about ways to both do better ways of doing business, sorry, and cut costs. So, if we are going to cut costs and do better ways of business, how? How are you going to do that for your business? So, I have three proven ways that you can improve your business right away, and they cost nothing. So hopefully that is a good idea for you at the moment. So let's get into this a little bit. And if you have any comments, please let me know if I'm going too fast, too slow, too boring. Just let me. So first thing before we get into it is, are there any other videos of interest might be of interest to you? For example, maybe you want more ways to cut costs and do better ways of doing business. Got to work on that. But if you do have a interest in seeing that, please let me know. Again, you can email me, you can chat on our website, or you can just comment in here. Nonprofits, did you know nonprofits get their Microsoft Cloud for free? I've recently got that going with one of my clients, and it's quite amazing what you get. Pretty excited to set that up for them. Another thing is the Canadian government grants for tech upgrades. Would you like me to talk to you a little bit about that? We're basically getting free money to upgrade. I learned this from a customer a few years ago, and pretty easy to do. And finally, dark web. Uh, if you're familiar, it's that scary part of the internet. So I want to take a tour of the dark web and see if your credentials are for sale. I actually have a way to check if your credentials, your username and password, are up for sale on the dark web. So if any of those videos are of interest, please let me know. Okay, so the first thing is automating scheduling. So I want to talk about that. Some businesses, scheduling doesn't really matter much, but in some businesses, it's really, really important. So, for example, I'll just tell you a story of myself. Our business, we have technicians at Computer Geeks on Call that get scheduled. Sometimes people are in a big rush and they want the technician to do the work right away. So what happened is people would say, "Is he available right now?" And then maybe at the same time we have another person asking 5 minutes later. So we really had trouble, emailing like, "Can he do the work now? Would you like him to come at 3 o'clock tomorrow?" And maybe people would cancel. So we needed a real time live way to do it that was shareable on the internet, and that's exactly what we have here with um, Calendly. So Calendly is an example. There are other ways of doing it. You can do this many ways. Microsoft, of course, has a way to do it. It's a little more tricky. It works well. It's really flexible. But I want to talk about Calendly because it's quick and easy. So you get it for free for one type of booking per email address. So generally speaking, stop wasting time scheduling and rescheduling meetings. You can link your Microsoft and Gmail calendar so there are no conflicts. That's great. It always works. It's always up to date. It's always real time. You can make it public so prospects, clients, or vendors can schedule you. You can put this on your website, your email signature, social media, etc. It's just a great idea. So let's take a look. That's what I said there. So if we go over, and you'll have to bear with me because I'm kind of new at this, I have some stuff prepared here for Calendly. So the first thing I want to talk about is, I've set this link up. It is very easy to do. This link is my scheduled appointment. So what happens is this is an appointment that you can put on the internet through this link. Very easy to use. So let me just go through quickly. And this is actually live and working, right? So if I choose to edit this link, uh, well, okay, sorry. If I go right to the link, you'll see how it works. So this is an example here, business vision conversation. It describes what you can do. So then if you click on it, we can schedule a time. And I picked all these times, right? And you can just put in your name, email, and location and schedule the event. And what happens if you click schedule event is this goes right into my email and it goes into my Outlook calendar right away and it blocks off the time. So the beauty of that is it's all connected and it's on the internet. So can you imagine, that maybe you have trouble scheduling with people, emailing back and forth, calling, texting? That gets crazy. So in this way, it's in real time, it's live, it's shareable on the internet. So that's why I think it is useful to people. So again, once the person has put the information in here, they schedule it, goes into your email, you get it right away. Now, there's a lot more I can say about this, but I don't have too much time. It's a lot of flexibility to do it. If you would like to edit the way it works, we just go here, and I just want to quickly breeze through and show you. So, the event details, what do you want to ask the invitee? And there's just all kinds of things you can do. You can just change it. It's very flexible. Um, if we go back to the event type, you can change the way the scheduling works. Maybe you don't want to get scheduled right away. So, you set your calendar 2 hours before and after is the buffer time, minimum notice 4 hours. That's amazing. So, this means maybe you need a 12-hour lead time before you can manage a calendar entry like this. Maybe you need 5 minutes. Maybe you want 5 minutes. The daily limits. You can see there's a ton of amazing options. That's why I'm suggesting it for you. So, I'm trying to find the best things available. So then if we go back here now, because, it's one thing to have a public calendar, right? But what if that calendar gets booked by 5 people at once and now you're overbooked and you have scheduling conflicts? So the whole concept here is that you're able to link it to your uh, Microsoft Calendar or Gmail Calendar, so it blocks the time off. So there's no scheduling conflicts. If someone schedules through Calendly, it goes into your Outlook calendar, and boom, it's blocked off. No scheduling conflict. Very simple. If you have multiple people that need to be scheduled, you can get one for each email address. If they have a proper calendar, like a Microsoft calendar, they can link it so it all works together. So the other thing we can look at here is the integration. So the idea of integration is going to be that you have one window to do everything from. Wouldn't that be cool if you just opened one screen, one window, and everything in your business was there? That's what integration tries to do. It tries to connect all your systems together quickly and easily. So if we go into it here, there are many ways to integrate other applications. So the iCloud calendar can be connected. So if someone schedules you, it links to the iCloud calendar. Azure. There's just a lot here. I don't want to spend too much time on that. And then the last thing I want to go over is the cost, right? So if we look here, we can see all these costs. But if you're sneaky about it, you can just close that. Oh, let me go back to that. Oh, it's over here. Sorry. So we go here. Oh, oh, oh yeah. Let me fix that here. Yeah, so if we click to upgrade, well, maybe we don't want to upgrade. Maybe we're happy with just one. So look down here. It's free, right? Free one meeting, and this does most everything you care about. Okay, so that's what I would suggest you start out with. So that's one great way to cut costs. You're not paying your staff or anybody to schedule because it's all automated. It's always right. It's 24 hours a day. Put it on your website. Put it in social media. It just works great for me. So that's why I'm trying to suggest it. So all that time you might have spent emailing back and forth, all the money you spent on that is gone. So that's how you're cutting the cost, as well as you're not having issues with rescheduling, etc. If someone cancels, you get a notification through it as well. So there is more than just Calendly, but I like to bring up Calendly because I think it's a great way. So that's the first one. So the next thing here is automate writing. So maybe you are in need of a way to save your time and not have to write out the same things again and again and again in your computer. So quick text paste, which is almost impossible to say, but it works great. Quick text paste is free. It's just a free program. It's a To me, it's a great program. So, what's the whole idea here? Well, let's think about the idea that you have to write out things, the same things, all the time. Or you want to set a policy for all your staff. Here's how you respond to this, or here's our legal policy on this, or here's our way to handle customer service, or click here to schedule me on Calendly. This innovation we added quite a while ago, and it really saved us a lot of time because now we just have one method. Now, I'm going to go into it a little bit more, but what was happening is I would like forget a password here or there. So I've securely added my passwords to this system. I did it in a little bit of a complicated way, but it's secure. I've also put in addresses and things, email addresses. I always forget. I just put them there, and I put in phrasings here and there, like, "Oh, I tried calling you, you weren't there, so I left a voicemail." Those kind of things that I'm constantly typing and typing. So let's look a little bit into it, shall we? Well, you know what? Before that, let's talk about why it's so great. Um, so, quick text paste is free. So stop wasting time typing the same thing over and over again. Stop wasting time looking up information you use repeatedly again, like passwords, addresses, etc. If you are going to put your passwords on here, though, just make sure that it's set up in a secure way. I'll kind of touch on that briefly. I won't spend too much time, but a little bit of time on that. So, uh, it also can standardize your communications and policies and share it with your staff. So if you have one way of responding or one kind of information you want to put there, it's really fast, quick, and easy to put it all out there for you. And you use it to refer people to other automation tools like a website contact form, a Calendly scheduling link. So now let's take a look. All right, so in here we see Calendly, which is just wrong. Let's fix that. All right, so here is quick text paste. So this looks weird, doesn't it? But it's kind of like an old school program. And what we really need to understand is that it's easy to add to it. So it comes with a whole bunch of entries already. I've added in these three. So how do you add it in? Well, let me go to this one. Let me go to this one instead. And let me say, hi, Bob. Let's say I have to say hi, Bob, every day. And then in here, I want to just type like, what is the shortcut? If I click the add right there, you can see it just adds hi, Bob. So this is the shortcut to get hi, Bob to appear. All right. So let's see how that actually works. So if I open up a text document and I hold down the Windows key, and I think it was one, I just click on Hi Bob and boom, it pastes it in. Now, obviously, that's not that useful. All right, I agree with that. So let's look at it again. I hold down the Windows key and I hit one. Now, maybe we need to get this policy out to someone, right? So you're not really going to probably use it in WordPad a lot, although you could. It's probably more useful in email. So someone says to you, "Oh, what's that policy for so and so?" So we hold down the window key, and then we hold down one, and it comes up with this. And then we click on what the policy is. Now, the beauty of this is we can standardize this very easily. I'll get to that in a little bit. And then you can email this out to Bob, like, hey, Bob, this is the non compete agreement. If everyone in your organization is using a quick text paste with the same standard information, it's all going to look the same. So that's one cool way of doing it. Now, I was talking a little bit, maybe someone emails you like, when are you free to do something? And then what we'll do is we'll hold down the window key and then one, and we can just go boom, click to schedule me. So obviously, you're going to click around it and you're going to say, hi, please. And of course, you can modify this any way you want. Now, if the person clicks control because you're in Outlook and then clicks on it, it's going to bring up the Calendly schedule that I was talking about before. So now you've just saved a huge amount of time. Now, not only for yourself, but maybe you have admin people who could benefit from this as well. Maybe everyone can have this for various meetings that they might need to come to. It could be with your client, your prospect, with your vendor, or even internally with other people. So that's why I think this is kind of cool. So that is the use of quick text paste in the email. I wanted to mention a couple other parts of it. So as I said, it's very easy to change. You saw me change it in here, but if we go to options, we have the option to back it up every hour. That's cool. And if we click here, it shows us what the actual um, where it's getting all this information from. So I added in hi Bob. It's going to be here somewhere. But this is a way for you to take this INI file, give it to one of your staff members, and now they have the exact same messaging through quick text paste. You can see also that I have put in a password there just as an example. So let's say you go to the website that you want to log into, and then you bring it up, and you can just paste that password in. So I may as well do this today. So let me get a new website up. Now, I was talking before about the passwords, right? So maybe I want to log into Google. I click on that, and I don't know what my password go email at, and then blah blah blah. Dot, okay, well that's not a good one. So there should be Bob. Okay, Bob. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now that I've done that, oh boy. Now that I've gone through this, oh boy, I don't think it likes the name Bob. Um, I can save my time by holding down the window key and then one, and then, aha, that's my password that I can never remember. And then if I click show password, it shows my password. Of course, that's not a real password. And then I would click next. So this saves an incredible amount of time. There are other ways of doing it, but that's one of the values of quick text. So again, if we're going to look at the uh, INI file, we can save this file, we can secure it, and then we can run it with quick text paste. Now, I always run quick text paste in the tray. I just put it in the tray. It's always there. When I hit Alt 1, I get all my options. So that's what I mean by um, automating writing. And this has saved me a huge amount of time in my lookups. Um, I use it for some passwords. I use it for addresses. I use a lot of automations and forms that we have on our website. So customer service form, we don't actually have that one. If we did, I could just click like, please fill out this form for your customer service issue, goes into my email, the person clicks the form, and then that goes to the right person to handle that customer service inquiry. So, all right. So let me go to the next one here. So we've automated the writing. Now we want to modernize the business process. So I will just say that what was happening to me here was that I had a lot of administrative tasks, and in all honesty, these administrative tasks were sometimes being missed. So they were kind of strange requests, or you know, just small things. You might consider it small, but sometimes it's very big for other people, like your vendor or maybe even your client. So I said, okay, I need a better, faster, smarter way to put my business process into a system. So what I found, and this is maybe a bad idea, but Monday.com, I'm saying it's a bad idea because it's such a huge thing that we could talk about. It does so many things, but what I do with it is I have modernized our business processes with it. There are other tools, but I don't think I've tried two or three, and I don't think there's a better one than Monday.com, which is also free. So the story that I told you was basically that we had a lot of tasks, maybe little tasks or tasks that might take 3 months to finish. You have to do step one, step two, step three. Of course, we do project management in IT, but I don't use it for that. I have a different method. But little administrative tasks was the first thing. So when we first started it, we set up each person's name and then called it tasks, like Gabe tasks, and that worked great for us because everyone had tasks that they owned. So, to go back to the slide here, so by modernizing your business process, Monday.com being free, and I say there it has some limitations. The limitations you'll probably bother you once you see how well Monday works, and you might want to pay for it. And that's exactly what I ended up doing. But even without it, it's very valuable in my mind. So stop wasting time by keeping track of detailed business tasks using email, Excel, sticky notes, etc. As an IT person, always in people's offices, I've seen a million sticky notes all over monitors. Yes, I have. So standardized business processes using a simple organized system that holds people accountable. The people are accountable because the way we use it, everyone is an owner of the task. The ownership can be shifted, but the person who owns it is responsible. We also have due dates, and we have a thing called My Work that shows that person's tasks with the due date. Sometimes we can't do them all on time. We change the due dates, and we do that during a quick meeting to reset ourselves and reprioritize, which is great. The other thing is you can use forms to standardize processes, put on a website to open for use by clients and vendors to gather information, etc. So, what do I mean by a form? It's just a simple uh, form that shows, what we need to know on a website. It's a public website. When the person clicks submit, it goes into Monday.com and it can go into the proper place, assigned to the proper person. The person can get email. Totally great for all of that. You can connect this system to your email calendar and other business tools to save even more time. So, when I say connect, again, what I'm thinking of here is automation. Imagine if your entire business was on one window and you were able to just run your whole business from one window. That would be awesome. We can't do that most of the time in business. We might have five or six systems. So, what we do is we try to connect as many systems together as we can. So, by connecting your email calendar and other business tools, you're saving a huge amount of time and you're automating a lot of it because let's face it, your Outlook calendar or your Gmail calendar it works automatically. If there's an entry in there, it goes. Use its automation features to keep processing moving effortlessly. That is great and it's easy to use. And at this point, my admin people can do the Monday uh, design themselves and they do a good job of it because they know the task. So what I do at present is we put our tasks in Excel, which is painful and it's hard to use because we don't want to go down the road with Excel. I'm sure there's a way to make Excel work great, but it's not as fast and it doesn't scale for us because we are a small business. We're not an enterprise. So that's why Monday.com is a good bet. So let's take a look at it, shall we? All right. So now if I go over to Monday.com, let me maximize it here. So Monday.com is free. And I guess you could tell I'm excited about the fact that it's free because I think it's so valuable. But again, it is free. There are some limitations, but it's free. So when we look here, this is what they start out by default. But Monday.com is so easy to use. Let me just make a new one right now. So let's make a new board, and let's call it admin task, which is what my original idea was. I always make it shareable, and then I create the board. So when we create the board, it's going to set up some stuff for us that we might like. And sorry for the delay, but uh, it's just that way when you stream, I guess. So here we go, admin task. So the person who's assigned to it, this is awesome, and the date. Okay, so we have a whole bunch of stuff in here right away. So if we go to my work, we can see I'm already overdue on this thing. I'm supposed to do it. And I didn't do it. Oh, geez, I'm supposed to do it December 7th. So let me open this task and see what's going on with it. And oh, I was supposed to oh, sorry, I was supposed to do task one. I didn't do it. And I'll say, oops, I need to get the document from Bob. And that's my update. So I've updated it. So if anybody wants to know, they now know. So what really matters as well is I can open this item and I can change the due date. So now the next time we're going to worry about this is going to be on this date. Okay, the 19th. So now I close that. And if I look at my work, it's next week. So the beauty of this in my real system is I have a whole bunch of stuff today, this week, next week, later without a date. Without a date for me is stuff I don't really call a priority, really low down there. But the others are super helpful. And I do have a way to go and look at my staffs as well. But if you want, you can just get your staff to take a screenshot of my work and just send it to you once a week, and boom, you know where they are with the status. And if you want to drill down, you can look at all of their tasks as well. That's the way we implement it, anyways. So the important part of Monday is that it has a due date, it has a person assigned, and then it has, the title. And we like to use updates. So in the updates, we can go back and forth. Now let's pretend I didn't think I should be doing that task for some reason. Um, then I can move it over to someone else, right? So how do I do that? I click here and then I add another person. So I can invite people from the outside. So vendors could be here, or contractors could be here, even clients could be here, and then they can come in and they can see what's going on with these tasks. I could go on a lot about this. I won't, but I will show you briefly here. How do you modify it? Is it super hard? No, it's not super hard. We have a way. I keep getting confused. Let me go to the other view here. We have a way to modify it. How? You click this and you decide what the column is, and all the columns are right here. Not all, most of them. If you want to do a drop down, which is kind of like brain surgery, um, you know, for some systems, this one is not brain surgery. It's very easy. So when we put that in, you can see if it's just high or just low. You can just pick one, right? So now I have that column and it works everywhere. Now I'd like to talk quickly about automation. So if we go to automation, we can use a template. I don't use those because I don't. Well, maybe I do a bit. So if we create a custom automation, we can say when the status changes uh, from something to something else, when it changes from, oh, okay, status changes from working on it to done, then do this. Well, then it's going to notify. I'm the only person here, but you can see they have this fancy notification here that's already pre-made. I'm the only person. And so now that automation is done. So when the status goes from working on it to done, I get notified. Oh, I guess I have to say I'm not sure. So right now, if the status changes from working on it to done, I get notified. There's a lot of ways of notifying it. Now I'm going to turn that off because I don't want that. But you can see that that's part of why I like Monday.com. Another great thing about it that I use for sure is right here. When we click on write an update, I can copy this. And if I am to email somebody um, here, not email somebody, sorry, email the item, it will put it right in that item. You need this, and I'm just making this up. So then I will put my presentation, and then in a little while it'll show up in here because I've emailed it. So you no longer need what I have is a whole bunch of recurring tasks that I just email to, and it goes right in here as an update. And the way you do that is you just copy this email address. So since I have um, a whole bunch of recurring tasks, my email address here is fixed. It's a contact for me. So you can see if we go down, uh, that email up that I sent is there, and the file that I attached is here. Well, no, it's not here yet, but it will show up. That might take a few more seconds because there's a little bit of data, but it does show up in files. So now you can have an email address for a process. So give you an idea, what I've done is I've got a few email addresses set up. One of them is for meeting notes. We have one item for meeting notes with our staff, and we email to it all the time in order to put in updates. So when I write a note, I just slap it in an email and send it. That's great because I can do this from my cell phone. I can do it from any computer. I don't have to go into Monday.com, find the item, click on update. So yeah, IT people are not lazy though. All right. So that covers the general idea of it. You can see there's more fancy stuff here as well. The other thing I wanted to talk about was the integrations. So if we go to, I think it is here, App Marketplace, again, the idea of integration is that it puts everything in one place. So if we look at all the integrations, it's crazy. So any of these tools that you use can be integrated into Monday.com. The things you can do is kind of mind blowing, all the great things it can do. We're just at the very beginning of what Monday.com can do. So, attach files to any update directly from Google Drive. That's pretty cool. MailChimp, manage your campaigns from one place, sync leads and subscribers. Dropbox, some of these things will be better than others. Attach files to any update directly from OneDrive. So this is what we call automation. And integration, again, is that concept where you're having, you know, one screen to manage your whole business, connecting all your systems together. So I did have another little bit to talk about here, and that was the cost. So they always go into, paying this, paying that. So I'm not ready. Let me downgrade. So if we go to the free grade, to the free program, which is like kind of hard to find. There we go. Basic. mm, Yeah, I think this is the free one. Let me just double check for you. But I know there is a free one because I did use it for a long time until I was happy with it. Okay, you still have 8 days on your pro trial. Now, I did not put in any credit card for this. I just signed up quickly. I got the free trial. I'm not ready yet. Downgrade to the free plan. So I'll try. At the end, you can choose your favorite. So basically, I'm not sure it might go to the free plan, but you get the free plan. And the free plan, yeah, the basic is the paid, but the free plan they don't even show, but it does a lot of things for you. So right now I've moved up to this pro plan, and one of the main reasons I did it was because of this, the automations. This is how many automations per month. There's way more stuff I can talk to you about with Monday.com. It's a huge topic, so I just want to kind of finish her off right there. But I do, recommend anyone take a look at this. So that is the idea of modernizing your business process. How does this cut costs? So you're saying, well, these tools are great. They don't apply. Maybe they do. Maybe they don't. What I can do is I can help you look at them and see if they do apply, and maybe there's a fit. Maybe there isn't. That's one of the values I can bring. So you and your staff do get more done in less time with automation. So that's how it cuts costs. Automation means that tasks are done by hand are no longer needed. And there are many, many ways of doing that. Standardization allows you to set the way a business process works and continually find ways to improve it. So that's what we get out of um, standardization, which cut costs. And if you think of the biggest companies in the world, these are keys for them. If they can reduce their cost by 1%, they're really going to put a lot of effort into doing it. Digitizing things means details are not lost or forgotten and less errors are made. And it's easy to train staff and improve upon over time. So the way we do it now is we set up the process in Excel for Monday. After we've got it figured out in Excel, my staff just set it up themselves. And how is this a better way of doing business? Well, your business runs faster through these tools that are automated, integrated. So basically, you're trying to get to running your business from one screen. Fewer mistakes, less details, or forgotten tasks. That's a huge issue. I know this myself when I started putting my sales into an assistant many years ago, that I had tons of sales leads that I was just, kind missing or forgetting for a week or a month. Accountability is instantly improved and tracked. So what I mean by that is, you've assigned a task to a person, it's tracked, you know when it started, when it ended, who's assigned, why it was assigned. All that is just viewable by anyone. Business processes are simple. The fact that it's automated just makes it easier. Looking up and gathering information is now fast. Monday.com is very fast. So as an example, quick text paste, very hard to say, but quick text paste is fast. And finally, you can safely open up some aspects of the business to outsiders like clients and vendors. So, I want to go back real quick to show you another amazing part of Monday. So, right now, I just made this simple um, board. If you were watching the whole thing, if you weren't bored, you notice that I made it quickly. So maybe what I want to do here is I want to turn this into a form that I can share on the internet. So let me do this right now. So I'm just going to call it form, and you have a lot of ability to open and change and all that these things. But why don't I just make the form? Oh, okay, it's already done. So if I copy the form link and then I go to the form, this is now something I can put on the website. Um, to use to gather information. So this is now something. Remember, but remember that this is the board that I'm talking about right here. This is the board. So when we fill out the form, it goes in here as an item. So we're just waiting for that form to load. But this is a website now. This is just a link. It's just a website you can put anywhere. So I can say test, and I can say the status is working on it and the date is the 28th. Now, this is a very bad example, but you see how it just populates it in there? Test, working on it, December 28th. So obviously, we can add a lot more useful columns that make it a lot better. So hopefully that shows you something and opens up the idea that this can work a lot better for you than what you maybe have right now. Okay, let me go back to the last part. The last part is, again, let me know. Let me know other videos of interest. If you're a nonprofit, would you like to get your Microsoft Cloud for free? I'll do a stream about that. Would you like the Canadian government grant for your tech upgrades? I'll do a stream about that. How about dark web? You want to take a tour of the dark web and see if your credentials are for sale. And I will say you shouldn't really go on the dark web unless you've taken some precautions. So, and then again, more cut costs and better ways of doing business. I'm just going to open up some of the cool things that I've found and show them to you. So you're able to cut costs, do better ways of business. You might not go from 0 to 51 billion in 5 years like Uber, but you might save a few $100s a month. You might increase the speed that you get back to your customers. etc. So that's it for the presentation. So I just wanted to thank you for everybody's time. If anybody wants to know anything about what I've just talked about here, or if you want to see something different, or if you have comments, good or bad, about this stream, let me know. You can email me, you see at the bottom there, gabe at mycgoc.com. You can chat to us on weekdays in the morning, www.mycgoc.com. So thank you very much for your attention, and I hope you have a good day. Well, before I end, that was it. If anybody has any kind of comments they want to make, uh, you know, please let me know, and I will answer now. And if you don't have any comments, then I guess I'll just sit here. And you know what? I have a little. While I'm waiting for that, I had this thing I wanted to do. Which I thought was kind of funny. And the basic idea is think, when you're in business and you have a lot of trouble um, speeding up things. you- how you feel- Sorry about that. Hopefully you get an idea. These hamsters are quite amazing um, with what they can do. But sometimes in business, you feel like you're the hamster on the wheel. You're doing the same thing again and again and again. Maybe you're working a lot of hours and you're not getting anything done. So that was my intention here, to kind of help you get off this wheel and start making real progress. Um, I don't see any comments here. Mom, oh, mom, you're busy. You have to walk the dog, but we don't have a dog. Okay, I guess I'll end it here, unless I see a comment, but still no comments. So thank you for your time, and hope you have a good day.